け Gimme gimme power 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 今呼び覚ませ何度打ちのめされやっと初ぶ立ち上がれ
Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we are back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be doing a little bit more of a analytical Dokkan video rather than I guess the showcase or something like that. Today we're going to be taking a look at LR UI Goku's banner and determining whether or not it is a good LR banner. Now, this is sort of going to be akin to my banner comparison series where I compare banner changes on Global and JP, and it's also going to be kind of like the podcast episode that me and Kibou just did where we talk about bait banners. But what we're going to look at today is the fact that UI Goku's banner, well, we're going to figure out rather if it's good or not. Now, what do I mean by that? We're essentially going to put this banner head to head with other banners. We're going to take a look at the featured units. We're going to compare it to some more recent LR banners, and we're going to see who comes out on top. So let's get started. The first thing to note is that obviously we're not really going to be looking at other global banners, which I know seems kind of silly, but obviously global really hasn't had many new LR banners recently, right? Where it's just a plain LR banner, maybe besides Gumku. But if we go far back enough on JP, then we'll get to Gumku anyway. And plus, JP has had plenty of new LR banners to take a look at, especially with the brand new ones here. Let's take a look at some of these. I feel like we need to have some banners that could possibly be good and possibly be bad competitors for UI Goku. Let's look at one that I think will make a good competitor. Now, there's a couple of things to take in account when we're doing a banner comparison in this regard. Obviously, there's a couple of things that you kind of have to take into consideration here, right? First of all, the LR itself, right? Obviously, is the LR good? Is the LR, well, quote-unquote bad, right? Because no LR is really bad. They're just, you know, lower tier than the rest of the LRs. And then we have to look at the other units on the banner. Now, this banner is actually a really great banner to compare to because obviously a lot of the same featured units are on it. And the one thing that I think that is kind of going to put Goku behind in a lot of the cases of these banners is the fact that he has more than the standard 10 featured units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, actually 8 on this banner. Dang. But usually I believe it's 10 unless I'm tripping, which is entirely possible. But 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Lots of featured banners. Featured units. Obviously, they do this to sort of inflate the, would it be inflate or deflate the rates? Basically, you get a lower chance of getting UI Goku, which is really unfortunate, but obviously the point is that, you know, they want you to summon and then you get these other characters and it's not really who you wanted, so then, you know, you keep going for Goku. Generally speaking, though, between those two specific banners, I feel like, I definitely think that Goku and Frieza is probably the better banner here. I only say that because, well, A, you know, they share a lot of units, that being Kale and Caulifla and these two, right? And obviously Bergamo and Fitboo, which are all, or actually Fitboo's not on this banner, but all those guys are great units, which makes this banner already pretty solid. And honestly, everything on here except for 17 and Int Hit is honestly pretty good. All these units with their awakenings and all the stuff that they have under their belt are honestly really, really good. So I think this banner just kind of wins out on top purely because of the fact that it is a better chance to get the LR, and also comparatively both LRs are super, super great, so there's no real, you know, better or worse LR here. But Fitboo, right, is probably the only change that kind of stands out here. But again, there are more units on this banner, I guess, that aren't as good. Like, even though, you know, some of these units are good, like, you know, Topo is really good support. I don't know how often you're running him, or AGL Godku is obviously good, but, you know, you have LR Godku, and in most situations you would probably run him over everything else, right? How often are you running the Universe 16 with Champa, right? So this banner is just generally better. Let's take a look at a different LR banner now. Baby, yikes. Let's see what Baby has to offer. So again, this is going to be a lot less featured SSRs, but even so, right, I would still call UI Goku's banner much, much better in comparison. Most of the units on here, like we've already established, are pretty good. Most of the units on here, well, Oceanus is alright. Baby is a good LR, but he's definitely not on the tier of something like UI Goku. Cell and Frieza are kind of doo-doo at the moment. I mean, they're not like awful, but they're really not too great. I definitely feel like they could use an EZA in the future and get really good. Boo is pretty good actually, so he gets a pass. Super 13 and our boy Nova, that's kind of a little bit of a yikes, bro, I'm not gonna lie. But especially Nova, right? That man needs an awakening really, really bad. And yikes, bro, Evil Boo, also another garbage unit. The other thing you have to remember too is sometimes it is a little bit difficult with these LR banners because of course they're trying to theme them, right? Like obviously this is more of a GT theme than anything, and then of course this is a TOP theme, and that kind of reigns consistent with most LR banners. You know, again here with another GT banner, we have a lot of GT units here. I would still even call this banner better than this one, just because even though there are a lot of great units here, generally speaking, I feel like there's more better units on that other banner. Cell's banner, though, I will say, is there a couple? I mean, I guess these all do kind of fit with the theme. Lots of featured SRs. Do remember the featured SRs don't affect the SSR rates at all, so you are 100% in the clear for that one. And I still say that the UI Goku banner is better, only because, I mean, 16 is good, the Cell Juniors are good, obviously LR Cell is good, that other Android 16 is pretty good, but you're not going to be able to run him if you're running the other one. The Super Vegeta is good, but then, I mean, in Cell, you're not going to be running him over other options, and these two, you know, they're there, right? Let's take a look, though, at a banner I feel like we can compare better, which would be a LR banner where something brand new is introduced. Let's take a look at Nappa as an example. This banner did have, wow, lots of featured SSRs. Okay, so the same number as UI Goku, right? This is definitely a good banner to compare this to. Actually, I do want to check, because now I'm kind of curious before we do take a look at that comparatively. Every banner that they introduce a new unit, top banners don't really count in this equation because we're comparing normal LR banners. It's kind of unfair to compare something that has two LRs, you know what I mean? Let's see, let's keep going back here because I want to see if every new one has 12. If I've just not noticed that, maybe you, the viewer, already know that and are calling me a big stinky brainer, but you know, that's okay. Here we go, LR Goku. Let's see. Yeah, that is 12 feature units. Okay, so I guess I am just tripping. Let's take a look at all these then. So, UI Goku's banner, we have it established. I mean, okay, so Nappa, right? I've heard people say recently that he's actually the worst LR. I don't necessarily agree with that, kinda. I don't know. I mean, he's definitely not, like, top tier, but I feel like he's kind of discredited just because he has very niche uses, right? With units like UI Goku, they're just powerhouses, and they just, you know, truck on through. With Nappa, he's a little bit more specific in use, which I feel like gets him downplayed overall. But I mean, the rest of this banner, right? A lot of these units are really good. Raditz, Frieza, this Goku is pretty good. These guys are also really, really good too, especially with their awakenings and stuff. Raditz, though, kind of garbaggio, bro. I'm not going to lie. Turles, this guy, like these three right here are the garbage squad. This is a really bad pool right here. AGL Golden Frieza, though, is pretty good, and then Int Golden Frieza as well with his awakening. I'd still say the UI Goku comes on top because, again, the only units that I'm kind of discounting completely are Hit and 17. And generally, I feel like the rest of the banner units probably have more uses. And the other nice thing is, again, realistically, only these two are kind of knocked out because A, they're bad, and B, they have a better version of themselves. But not only that, the rest of the units just have general more usability. And on this banner in particular, we have a lot of units that are the same name. So even if you pulled them, right, you're kind of up a creek in that regard because you cannot use them both on the same team. So UI Goku, I feel like, wins again. Let's compare this to, this banner was actually really good. This was the God Goku banner. Obviously, God Goku, he's not like, again, the like super mega best LR, but he's definitely not a bad LR banner, or an LR either. But his banner, too, actually, is definitely not bad. I didn't even notice that they put this guy on Nappa's and God Goku's. That's interesting. This banner, though, is actually really, really good. GOKU'S is fantastic. Obviously, these two are support unit, really, really good. This Goku, again, we've already established pretty good. So is Beerus. Beerus is obviously really, really good for his passive skill. All these God Gokus get the easy A now, so that's good. And that Beerus is also very, very good. The only thing that I would say that's kind of unfortunate about this banner is the fact that you have technically 4 God Gokus on this banner. Actually, well, I take that back. 5. Bruh, brain. Obviously, you have the LR, right? You have the Tech God Goku, and then you have these 3 God Gokus. Of course, you can't run any of them on the same team. So I feel like that does sort of discount the banner a little bit, because most of the time you're either going to be running LR Goku or Tech LR Goku, and I feel like there's almost no point to run the rest of these guys if you have these 2. So if you end up pulling one of them, I mean, what's the point of even pulling for the other ones? You know what I mean? I guess they do have specific uses, and obviously if you just want to vary up your gameplay a little bit. But again, kind of a knockout on this banner as well. Even though the rest of the units are good, again, it's sort of similar units that kind of do them in real quick. LR Trunks also, that's not his first banner. I want to look at one more first banner before we, again, top banner doesn't really count. I want to look at one more first banner before we get out of here. I do want to say, I think, finally collected my thoughts as to why I think UI Goku's banner is partially the reason why it's so good. But let's go down to Broly here. This is actually another really good banner upon initial inspection. Obviously, Tech Broly, fantastic unit, right? These 2 guys, really, really good. You can run all 3 of those on the same team. We've already established these guys are good. This Vegeta is also very, very good. He's a very good Super Saiyan Vegeta. Infidel is alright. I would not be excited about pulling her, though. And frankly, even though this Gohan is pretty good, I feel like he's outclassed by other units in this Gohan, even though I believe he has an easy A. Also, I don't think most people would be happy with pulling him along with me. So again, that's like 3 units that I'm already not about. The Family Kamehameha units are good as well, but the problem with them is they are literally free now because you get the Book of War to be able to get them. So again, this banner kind of discounted to UI Goku, or discounted to UI Goku, kind of knocked out by UI Goku again in my point. I think the reason why this banner is so good, to give my final thoughts, right, is that obviously the LR on it is really, really good. We have a variation of units, right, where a lot of these units can be not only used on the same team, so you can make a good team out of the specific units on this banner, which we kind of didn't talk about on the other banners, but you could sort of kind of make a team with the units on those banners, but I don't feel like it comes as close to this, because I mean, all these units fall under Tournament of Power. Obviously, a lot of them also fall under Representatives of Universe 7, but all of these guys are different units, so every single one of these units you could run separately, right? I suppose except for the SSR of Goku and obviously God Goku here, but you could run them all separately. For the most part, they are all pretty good. They only have 2 other units that replace 2 of these units. And generally, most people are pretty excited about pulling these. And again, they're all solid with easy A's and stuff. So I would say that that's probably a good summary of why I think Goku's banner is so good. I wanted to do this video because I've been wanting to do some other type of banner comparison videos, especially since we haven't had a change from Global to JP in a while, and I've been kind of fiending for some banner analysis. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other requests for something like this in the future, I will definitely do more in the future, rather. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Having you 2 out. Peace.
Look, hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Oh, thank God. I have a message for all of you, but I don't have much time to... Oh, God, he's here. Look. It's important. Save for the 5-year... No.
Hello.
No! No!